What's up, guys? This is Sunny. Um, I'm doing this video pretty late, but honestly, to talk about this trade, it my performance was really bad. At one point, I was down 1,600 for the day. Let me remind you that my account is only at like 27,000, and I'm on I'm on borrowed money. All of it's borrowed money, and I can't afford to lose it. Can't afford to fuck up. So it's kind of like preventing me from making certain mistakes, but also making me more, I won't say greedy, but anxious to make the money. Um, so today was a really frustrating day because I warned myself today not to uh, hold in hope, and I warned myself to cut losses quickly. To cut losses quickly, um, and not make the same mistake I made last week. Overall, I ended up only making $107 for the day. Before that, I was up like $400 after profits. Like I got close to break even or a little bit above break even, and then ended up giving back $300, 320 to be precise, or more precise. But honestly, it was just minor mistakes. So FRS was a stock that I traded today, one of the stocks. Um, it could have been a nice trade, but I fucked it up. So FRS had a high float of 300 or 139 million, an outstanding of 163, which the difference is about 24 million, but its implied shares were almost 100 million difference. So that really caught my eye. So going in today, looking at the chart, the chart, the intraday chart is the first thing I look at. Then the yearly, the daily, the 5 day, then the 3 month. Most of the time, it's not the 3 months or 6 months. I just go straight to the year. But I'm doing. I normally do it in this order, but because I'm explaining the video, I'm doing it in another order. But I looked at the yearly chart. Clear manipulation here. You see, as it pushes up, it's just been downtrending ever since. Um, so you know, pre-market is up for 2 days in a row, or this is the second day. And its yearly chart is telling me that it has overhead resistance. As I was trading this, I kind of fucked up. I didn't calculate this resistance at 2061. I calculated it from here, and I just made that mistake, and I paid for it. But not only that, FSR before I got in had an offering. I had multiple offerings, but this one was warrants. All these was up to a certain amount of shares. Um, so I don't think there was a exact dollar amount. It was just up to a certain amount of shares. Um, had another offering 2 months ago, and it's just more offerings over time. So coming in today, I'm like, this is gonna most likely be dumped right out the gate, and I first wanted to go in full size, um, but uh, I didn't want to just jump straight in because I didn't feel like I was in the proper mindset still, and I wanted to be careful. Um, it spiked up a lot after hours and more pre-market, but it's a lot from its up a lot from its previous days. Up, roughly. Well, at the time it was up about what $4. So the percentage on that was like I think 56, 60. I don't know. I can't remember. Or it was like 50 or close to 50. So pre-market first 30 minutes of the day or less than 30 minutes of the day, I got in short 500 here. I calculated the risk. I'm like, okay, got in at 1785. My risk was about 40 cents per share. Um, zero point 0.4 times 500, 200. I was okay with that. That was a little bit more than what I needed, but I was okay with that. Um, and then it started pushing up against me. And market open, I added another 200 shares. Um, and I honestly completely forgot to enter a stop limit order. I don't know why I forgot, but maybe because I was adding, I just threw that out the window. But I just threw that out the window. I completely forgot, and this stock just spiked. When market opened, it wasn't crashing, and based off of what I saw yesterday, I'm like, okay, either it's gonna spike up, which most likely it will, or yeah, like yesterday I saw stocks were just failing to crash. I mean, were taking their time to crash. So nothing really came into my mind. And then in a blink of an eye, it just squeezed. And I saw it go up 50 cents, 75 cents to $1. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So, like, up to $1.50 it went up. From the 18s to the fucking, yeah, $1.50 to the 1950s. And I was just like stuck like a deer in headlights. And I warned myself prior to even me opening my computer, doing my meditation in the morning, do not hold and hope, cut losses quickly. And I failed to do so. It wasn't really just me failing to do so, but it was also um, not realizing that, or not realizing it, but me not having my stop in order in to protect me, and the stock just squeezed right in a flashing of an eye, and the stock just spiked, and I couldn't get out. And then I just got stuck like a deer in headlights, like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. And I'm like hoping that it will come down for a pullback so I can get out. And I didn't want to stay stuck and holding and hoping that it will go down. Um, I was expecting this to do a second spike past the high day because, stocks that spike in the morning normally do two spikes and then come crashing down. So I got out here near the high, I think at 1910. Yeah, right here, 1910. And I accidentally bought it again, and I was trying to re-short it here or here somewhere. I covered, and then I accidentally hit a buy at 1920. Um, at 43. So I was trying to add here at 43, and I accidentally hit buy
and I fucking bought when I meant to short sell it, and I missed my entry here, and it just pulled back, and I was like, at this point, it might have a second spike. I didn't want to long the second spike, but I'm like, I accidentally long, so okay, I'm just gonna cut losses if it breaks a certain level, and it broke this level, and I cut losses, and then my $800 loss went to um 900 something, almost $1,000 loss, and I was just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, honestly, I ruined um my day. Like, I ruined it because I I honestly just wasn't in the right mindset, and um because I got hit so hard here, I was frustrated, which just threw me off for the rest of the day, and I just wasn't in the right mindset. And eventually I tried to short here again, risking off of this perk when it should have been this one here. I was risking off of 1826 when I should have been risking off of 1847, and I shorted and it perked up just a little bit past it, and I finally had it entered my stop order for a short, and it got executed, and I gave back like another $150 or $100 or something like that, and it was just a frustrating trade all the way. And I wasn't wrong for shorting it. I just got stuck because if I had entered my stop limit order here, got out for a couple $100 loss or $300 loss, shorted here or here, it would have been a home run, you know. And then after that, I just left it alone. And then I think, yeah, right here, I started shorting it again. Um, and this time I was sure like it was gonna drop. I'm like, okay, we're gearing towards 2 o'clock. Um, we're gearing towards 2 o'clock. Uh, it bounced, pulled back twice, bounced again, but then which is a good thing. So most likely it's gonna keep going. But 2 o'clock is coming, and it bounced. I won't say it bounced too early, but I mean I was in the wrong mindset because I thought, okay, it just wasn't gonna go anywhere after this. What indicator did I get from that? I don't know. I just looked at the time. I'm like, okay, it should fade off for the rest of the day. It's still under. Um, it's a fading stock. But to be honest, if you look at this, every sign tells you that it's going to keep going up. It spiked, pulled back. 11 o'clock, it started bouncing. 12 o'clock, it held and kept going up a little bit all through lunch. So people come back to the computer, seeing that it faded, but it bounced and kept going up. That's a clear sign that it's going to keep going up. But for some reason, I had a bright idea that it was going to come down. And at first, I was right for a little bit, but I wasn't satisfied with $130 in profits or $150 gain right here. And I didn't cover my order and I didn't take gains, although I was wrong. And I think I told myself I was wrong, but I just stayed in and it just kept going. And I eventually got out at close to higher day at um 1857. I ended up taking $1,281 loss on a trade that was supposed to be originally a $300 loss, most at most. But while I was trading this, at one point I was down 1,600 just on this trade, or not just on this trade, but on the day in total for both from both trades. And I had to think about that, and I'm like, yo, you're about to give back everything you made last week and more and end up in the negatives. And I was like, bro, I told you not to do this, bro. No matter what, do not hold and hope. Do not take a big loss. Cut losses. Um, and then I was even more undisciplined by not taking gains, over trading, and giving back more money. Um, then I got into DDD. Now, DDD had no offering. Um, its statistic was good. I like the float, high float, a 4 million difference, and outstanding. I didn't look at the 10Q, which I should have. That's one thing I didn't do this morning. I had an ATM. And it says I didn't look at the SEC filings for this or look at the 10Q for this, but they're done with their ATM, which is a sign that there's not much manipulation, and they're outstanding. I did not look at that. And they have an outstanding 125. So uh, no manipulation and an accurate outstanding. I was right on this one. I went with the flow on the stock. Originally, I wanted to short it, but who would short something that just keeps going up? It makes no sense to do that. So it was up for the first day, and I got in at 37.60, which was at 10:21, 23, whatever. So I got in here, and it started pulling back a little bit. I was down like 102. Then it started pushing up. I was up 102. I didn't take gains. I thought this stock could keep uptrending, which eventually it did, but it had a nice pullback. And honestly, I got in at the wrong time. I was supposed to get in at 11 or just before 11. 10:45 the earliest. I got in and it pulled back. Right here at this low, right here at this low, I was down 1,600 for the day. I was down on the other stock and I was down on this. And I was just like, wow. I was low key hurt and even more frustrated, but I had to really evaluate myself and think about it. Like, yo, you're about to mess up these people's money and more. And that's what I did 2 weeks ago. Now, trading on people's money is not the smartest thing to do. If you borrow the money, but you use your own money too, that's even better. That's much better, like Gurtani did. But me, this is 100% borrowed money. Yes, I had my own money before. I fucked it up, put it into investment, and I'm stuck. And I got stuck into that investment. And will I ever do that again? No, unless it's like no. I can't put myself. I ever do that? I would never do that again. Um, and honestly, I was just doing that just to make a, a few extra dollars so I can paper trade with more money and pay everybody that I owe. So I knew it was gonna keep pushing up. I just had to be patient, but I didn't know. But I'm like, it's been going up. It's most likely gonna keep going up. Um,
That's what it's been doing all day. And if you look at the yearly chart, you can see constant uptrend right here, and then a fade, then push up, and uptrend all here. So I didn't want to short it. I didn't even want to take the risk of shorting it. Although I knew at some point it was gonna come crashing down. So I stayed in.
I stayed in and I waited it out. And I'm not the type of person to go long at all. But going long today saved my ass. Um, continued to uptrend, 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 and I held on for a while. And I finally got to break even, and I was up $1 per share, 700. Then I was up so much to the point I broke even. I was up $1,400, so I made back what I lost here when I was down only $1,000 on this stock. On when I was down only 1,000 on FSR, I made back that money that I lost from FSR, and I made an extra 400. Then at some point I got out and left it alone. I knew this was gonna crash. I just didn't know when. And um, although there's no offering here, um, no 424B, I knew it was gonna crash. I missed it. I wasn't watching the computer. I left. Today I just didn't want to be on the computer today. I just didn't want to do it, and I missed it. And it crashed. And somewhere around here, I wanted to get in, but I didn't want to risk it doing one of these perk ups, big perk ups, and then I'm stuck. I'm not. Won't say stuck, but I'm down a lot. I didn't want to get into shorting it, so I stayed away. And it surprised me looking at it now today. At this time, it crashed by a whole lot. Um, I wanted to short from 39. If I did short with my 700 shares, I would have made a close to like 3 to 4 thousand. But I missed my opportunity, so it's whatever. Um, but I made a decent amount on this trade. I made 1,400 or something like that. Um, but uh, it's shorting. The second short is what fucked me up, and I was only supposed to lose like I think $50 or so to $75, and I didn't, and that's what caused me to come out this trade with just $107. Excuse me. That was not part of my plan. Um, Honestly, it wasn't. Uh, I felt a little ashamed. Um, I felt really disappointed in myself because I know I could have done better. I know I could have done better, and I didn't. And if I were to just have followed my rules or prepared better, I wouldn't have had this issue. But I didn't. But not only that, the second short where I lost another $300, that was completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. So all in all, $107 for the day when I was up 400. But more importantly, I could have taken a $300 loss and called it a day. $300 loss. I would have made it back if I executed my short correctly instead of accidentally going long, and never have gotten in towards the end of the day. But it is what it is. So I'm done for the day. It's my video. Thank you.